Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to untangle something that affects pretty much everyone in South Africa, but can feel, a little confusing. We're talking about the National Qualifications Framework. And don't worry, we're going to make it super simple, clear, and actually useful for you.
So, have you ever looked at a job ad or a university course and just felt like you were trying to read a secret code? You see all these terms thrown around: ABET, National Certificate, Higher Diploma. It can really feel like you're lost in a big city without a map, right? You're just not sure which way to go.
Well, guess what? Today, we're handing you that map. Here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about that feeling of being lost. Then, we'll introduce the NQF as our guide. We'll climb its 10 levels, see why this whole thing is so important, and finally, look at how you can start planning your own journey. Okay, let's dive right in.
Right, so let's start with the big problem. For the longest time, South Africa had all these different kinds of certificates, degrees, and training programs, but there was no easy way to see how, say, a technical certificate compared to a high school diploma. It made planning a career or trying to hire the right person a real headache.
So, to fix all this, the National Qualifications Framework, or NQF for short, was created. The easiest way to think about it is as the official map for all legitimate education and training in the country. It was designed to bring some order to all that chaos and create one clear, unified system for everybody.
So, what is it exactly? Well, the NQF is basically a system that classifies, registers, and compares every single quality-assured qualification out there. The key phrase here is quality assured. It puts everything onto the same scale, which finally makes it easy to understand and compare different kinds of learning. You can finally compare apples with apples.
Now, what's really fascinating is why it was created in the first place. The NQF has some pretty big goals. It's all about creating one single system, making it easier for you to move between different jobs and courses, boosting the overall quality of education, and, this is a big one, helping to correct the unfair discrimination of the past by opening up education for all.
Okay, so how does this map actually work? Let's get into the heart of it all and see how the whole framework is put together by climbing its 10 levels.
To make these 10 levels a little easier to get your head around, they're grouped into 3 main categories, or what they call bands. This just helps organize the entire learning journey from your first days at school all the way up to the highest academic awards.
The first band is called General Education and Training, and it covers NQF levels 1 to 4. Just think of this as the foundation. It includes all your schooling up to grade 9, and it also includes the adult equivalent, which is known as ABET, or Adult Basic Education and Training. That's a really important pathway for adults to get foundational learning. Up next is the second band, which is a super important bridge between school and university or the workplace. It covers what's called further education, so that's grades 10 to 12, and then it moves into the beginning of higher education. This is where you'll find qualifications like higher certificates and national diplomas, from NQF level 5 up to 7.
And finally, we get to the third band, which is all about higher education. This is the top tier. Here is where you find all the advanced university qualifications at NQF levels 8, 9, and 10. We're talking honors degrees, master's degrees, and doctorates.
Okay, this is where it all comes together. This table gives you the entire ladder at a single glance. You can see the path so clearly. Down at NQF level 1, you've got a grade 9 certificate. Then you hit a huge milestone at NQF level 4, the National Senior Certificate, or what we all just call matric. From there, you're climbing into higher education. Level 7 is your bachelor's degree, level 9 is a master's, and right at the very, very top, NQF level 10 is that doctoral degree, a PhD.
So we've seen what the NQF is and how it's built. But, so what? Why does this map actually matter to you in your everyday life? Well, let's look at how you can use the NQF as your own personal compass for planning out your future. So if you're a student or you're out there looking for a job, listen up, because this is a really powerful tool. It helps you literally map out your future, from school to your dream job. You can finally understand what an employer means when they ask for an NQF level 6. You can compare different courses to see which one's right for you, and you can feel confident that the qualification you're working so hard for is recognized all across the country. And hey, it's not just for students. For employers, this is a total game changer. The NQF helps them actually make sense of the qualifications they see on a CV. It lets them make smarter hiring decisions, design training that actually meets their needs, and create clear career paths that keep their employees happy and growing. It just makes building a skilled team so much more straightforward. Now, what is really brilliant about the NQF is that it isn't just a rigid one-way street. Think about someone who has years of real, on-the-job experience, but maybe no formal piece of paper. Through something called Recognition of Prior Learning, or RPL, they can actually get official credit for those skills. And with credit accumulation, you can take credits you earned in one course and apply them to another. It really is built to support flexible, lifelong learning for everybody.
So, this all brings up a really personal question. When you think about your own education, your own experience, do you know where you stand on this map? What's your current NQF level?
If you're not sure, don't worry. It's actually pretty easy to figure out. Here are 3 simple steps. First, just take a look at your certificate. A lot of the time, the NQF level is printed right on it. Second, double-check that the college or institution you went to is properly accredited. And third, you can search the official online database run by the South African Qualifications Authorities, or SAQA, to look up any recognized qualification.
So let's start to bring this all home. The NQF is so much more than just a government system. It's really a personal tool for empowerment that encourages all of us to keep learning and helps you chart your own unique path forward in life.
And if there's one thing to take away, it's this. The NQF isn't just a bunch of rules and levels. It's a tool that gives you the power. It really does put you in the driver's seat of your own educational and career journey, and it lets you make smart, informed decisions every single step of the way.
So, there you have it. We've walked you through the map of South Africa's qualifications. You now know how to read it, how to understand it, and how to find your own place on it. The only question left is, where do you want to go next?